What's up, guys? Piehead here with another video about pie. So, essentially what this is to show you kind of like their plan on users and creating a demand for the product, and creating basically how to create an economy, how to jumpstart it. And this is actually sponsored by Tokyo. Go ahead and check them out. I got a link in the description. And also a quick presentation. So we got tons of handbags. You've got like fanny packs. You've even got backpacks. Really neat stuff here. I enjoyed a lot of the accessories. They got phone cases. So go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and use my link and as well as my promo code, and you'll receive a 15% discount. There's also a Christmas discount going on right now. So bundle those together. You're going to make some savings on that. Anyways, back to the video. So we've got right here is the amount of users. As the amount of users goes up, the mine time decreases, right? And so basically what they're trying to do is creating a demand at a certain point, which I would imagine would come from the end, right? Once it's mining really, really, really slow, you're basically, let's say you're getting like one pie a day almost, right? Simply because you haven't been they're not going to be, at some point the price will be determined by the buyers, and we don't want to have people who are mine crap loads of money and the buyers basically buying into something that isn't going to keep going because so many people are making money off of the buyers. And what I mean by buyers is when it comes to a market, you've got a starting price. Now some say it's going to start at 7 cents. And so what happens is the buyers will push the price up. Now, as soon as somebody buys pie and owns it, that goes into their pie account. They now own pie. Now, we already own pie as the miners, okay? And so it's our option to sell our pie. So we're going to sell our pie to this person who now owns it, right? And so through that, we push up the market. We created an economy, and as long as people, if people aren't greedy and trying to sell it all at once, which I don't see happening because of how pie is going about making this into an actual currency. They want to be able to turn pie into a Bitcoin, into Dogecoin, into Litecoin, into all other sorts of coins. Convert it. You want to be able to convert pie, so you can add it into the pool of everybody else, right? So when we have a buyer, let's say we've got 100 buyers in here, right, that haven't been mining pie, so they go, well, holy crap, look at pie. Pie's trying to create an economy here. Why not throw in an investment? Throw something in. Why not? It only makes sense to put some money in to see what happens with it. And us as being the owners already, we have the opportunity to go ahead and see what happens with that price as people buy. So, there's going to be a dip. There's always a small dip and a small dip, and it's going to go up and up and up. That's my prediction, right? And at some point, it's going to find a stable value, right? Where people are not selling it as much as holding on to it, because when we've got 100 million people in, or the to be determined amount on the amount that drops that cuts the mine time in half, we have a huge market stability right here. We've got a lot of people selling. Selling up here. Here, these guys want to buy. These guys want to sell. So, but there's so much inside of the orders that you can keep, the funds hold on. So let's say it's at 9 cents, 0.09 right here, and it's just bouncing up in between 10 cents, 9 cents, 8 cents. And if you look, there's like on Binance, you can look and see there are certain coins that have so much volume inside of them. Like, we're talking millions of their coins being sold, or trying to be bought and trying to be sold. It's a very slow market. It moves very, very slowly. But the price doesn't change. the price does change, but it doesn't change dramatically like most cryptocurrencies do, because there's so much of it. And so for this right here, they have given, you know, the first million an amazing amount of mine time, right? Their mine time was a lot. They had a huge chunk of mine time. Next 10 million, they have a lower chunk, lower chunk, lower chunk, and then it goes down and down and down, right? Until it's a very slow mine time. Thus, the demand starts from over here from people who barely own Pi. Those who don't own Pi, I just said Pi owners, trading sites. You've got shopping sites. Like, Pi is trying to turn this into usable currency. So that means that they're trying to perform shopping sites, places where you can go and spend your Pi. Now, these shopping sites are going to be linked up to the price of Pi. You've got any kind of product right here. Let's say, you know, put $1 because we're buying something. The product is the $sign, right? That's what we're trying to buy. The price determined for the amount of Pi that it costs goes up and down based on the market price. So if Pi plummets, let's say it goes to 0.05 or 0.04 or 2 or 1, it even goes into the decimals, this price will now change and fluctuate according to that. Now, it's worth 50. Now, it has to have something to give the Pi value. In other words, where can I sell this Pi that'll make me money? So you've got all sorts of, you got Bitcoin, you got BNB on Binance, you've got KuCoin, you've got all sorts of sites that you can sell your Pi to. Just transition Coinbase. So if Pi becomes on Coinbase, you can see that you can convert your coins without paying anything. So you can say, let's say the market's up on this coin, I convert it into this coin because it's down. I didn't have to pay anything for that conversion. Market goes up on this one, I turn it to this one, and then it goes, you don't have to pay anything for these conversions. It's amazing. It's actually really, really great. So what that means is this will have a way out. The products being purchased, they will have a way out, but they don't want a way out, right? They want to keep holding on to Pi. Here's the thing. They will eventually own huge chunks of what we once had. Why? Because they're going to invest in products. And when they invest in products and take the Pi coin and put it in their own stash, so it's like this, right? Let's say the Bitcoin guy owns 90% of Bitcoin, and there's literally we're only trading with 10%. He owns all of this. The volatility with a 10% means that this price can go up, 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 anywhere, determined on 10% of the market owners, because he's not doing anything with his. He's holding on to it, right? So if you're holding on to it, how can it affect the market? It can't, because it's in your account. It's in your Bitcoin account. So Pi, when we purchase something with Pi, what do? Stash it away. Here's the Pi bank account. Pi owners, Pi, stash. Millions and millions and millions and millions of Pi, right? So why is that important? Because eventually, this stuff right here that I was saying, you might have millions of buy orders and millions of sell orders, will eventually decrease, because it's slowly and slowly and slowly being pulled out. And eventually, you get to where they can partially control the market. This guy right here who owns 90% Bitcoin can control the market. It's super easy. You could plummet the market. You could plummet it. You could slowly sell out. You could sell out to where it doesn't affect the market. How would you do that? You put in a sell order right where it's at, right where the price is at, and they buy it. You don't try and sell high or sell low like most people are trying to do. They're trying to make some money off of it. You just get out as soon as. Thus, you're giving your Bitcoin to somebody and getting money in return. Slowly coming out. Slowly coming out. The price goes up. You're slowly leaving the price. You're not selling all at once and just selling to all these buy orders and dropping the market. You're only selling here. You're making sure you don't impact the market. Why that's important is that they can they can do that if they wanted to, right? They could sell all their pie to people who are buying and just drop the price dramatically. But by holding on to it, they start claiming a huge portion of pie. It's like slowly dipping your hand in the cookie jar and eventually all the cookies are gone. Simply as that, right? You keep eating them and you keep eating them, eventually they're gonna be gone. If you had something that kept making you Bitcoin every day somehow, dramatically increasing the amount of Bitcoin you owned, you would eventually own all the Bitcoin. Eventually. It might take 20, 30 years, but eventually you'd own the Bitcoin, depending. You know what I mean? You kind of get, you get what I'm saying, right? And so you're not only having this being stashed, you have people who are willing to hold on to pie, right? The people who have mined it might just sell out. They might just go, you know what? I mined it. It was free. I'm going to sell it for 9 cents, make a couple $1,000, make a couple $100, you know, depending on how much pie you have. And then those people that have now bought that pie are long-term investing. They were the users who didn't own pie and said, I want to see what's going to happen with this. So I'm going to hold on to this for like 5-10 years. Maybe something will become of it. So now all of a sudden these people have gotten out that mined it and sold to the pie users who did the users who didn't own pie. These guys actually start mining pie, so they also become pie owners through mining it, and they just hold on to it. They hold on to it. And trading sites is where the price fluctuates. So now all of a sudden you've got barely anybody trading. So the price can fluctuate according to only a very few amount of people buying and selling, although the price which is keeping the price pretty much the same. And as soon as you create a coin like this, you unlock it in Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, all these other coins, okay, that give other coins value based off of their fluctuation. I don't know if you've seen that, you know, Bitcoin drops, tons of other coins will drop with Bitcoin. So we're trying to put this in the middle of all of that. So it's actually going to fluctuate according to its own will and also according to the other currencies' will. Why? Because when you combine the two, you basically open this up to millions more of dollars, right? Although this is already opened up to millions of dollars because it's a worldwide currency that they're trying to create here, which is incredible because now they're going to unlock a peer-to-peer bank account that you can send money from one person to the next in another country, and they can convert that from that country into their dollars, because it's got an actual price value, and they have a way of selling it out into that price value because it's worth something. It's given value through the market. And so yeah, this is pretty much like the exactly what they're trying to do. So you see it right here. I forgot to express. This is also the money input, right? Right here, eventually, you know, first person comes over, he buys. Second, you know, next 100 people come over, they buy. Eventually, you start getting a huge amount of currency into this. All right? And then people sell and people buy again, and you create this funnel that's a push and pull, and that is an actual market. That is what creates even the stock market, you know, but a lot of people are having other things to go off of in the stock market, such as, you know, the company details. And this is extremely detail oriented when it comes to trying to become a global economy. That is a big deal. It's a really big deal. So anyways, that is my video on that. Be sure to check out Tokyo and use my promo code. And also the download link for Pi will be also in the description. So take care, guys.